We're Tea-Bay, a group of friends who love traveling and love tea. In search of some of the best tasting white and green tea, we traveled to China, the place where it all began. Our search led us to the southern city of Guangzhou and the world's largest wholesale tea market. There are more than 6,000 tea merchants at the Guangzhou tea market. It spans over 100 city blocks, an area of several square miles. To visit even a fraction of these shops could take us several weeks, so we turned to locals for help. We asked them which tea company they trusted the most. They pointed us in the direction of Mr. and Mrs. Lin's family tea company. This family has been growing tea for generations, so we used this opportunity to learn more about tea and how it makes its journey from the tea plant to the teacup. To show us how it happens, Mr. Lin offers us a rare opportunity to visit his family's tea fields in the mountains of Fuding in the Fujian province of southern China, which is famous for its white tea. White tea is also Mr. Lin's family specialty, so he tells us more. From him, we learned that black, green, and white tea actually come from the same tea plant, Camellia sinensis, and the main difference between them is just the degree of oxidation and treatment before the leaves are dried. We want to experience tea harvesting for ourselves, so we joined Mr. Lin's father, who at the age of almost 80 still picks tea almost every day. Mr. Lin just said that the most valuable part of the white tea plant is this very tip, and it's these tender shoots that we're gathering today. We learned that their flavor also depends on elevation. Tea experts say that white tea has to be grown at an elevation at least 300 meters above sea level. The higher the altitude, the better the quality. Mr. Lin's tea fields are almost 500 meters above sea level. Seeing how tea is grown and harvested makes us curious what happens next, so we head for the tea factory. After the tea is picked, the first step is withering. That's when the tea is laid out on the ground so it can release a little bit of its moisture. After the initial air drying step, the tea is transferred into the heated withering rooms so that the tea leaves can continue to slowly release their moisture. There are no chemicals here. This is the most natural and effective way to preserve the nutrients in the tea. Here, tea is air dried as it has been for thousands of years. To help us cool off from the heat of the withering room, Mr. Lin offers us some of his refreshing white tea. For us, the fact that the owners themselves drink it on a daily basis is the ultimate proof of its quality. After a break, we continue. The final step in the journey of tea is fixation. When the tea leaves are 80% dry, they're taken from the withering room to this heating machine. After the tea comes out of the heater, it makes its way onto this shaking conveyor where it slowly passes to the conveyor so that it's air treated one more time, and finally it's ready for packaging. Before we leave, the company representative also shows us how the real jasmine green tea is made. Whereas in some places, different flavors of green tea are derived from chemical and artificial substitutes, here the flavor of jasmine comes, well, from jasmine. Fresh jasmine flowers are mixed with green tea. They remain mixed for some time to allow the nectar from the jasmine flowers to seep into the tea leaves. Once the flavor is locked in, the tea is separated. She also shows us the rolling machine, which is used for some varieties of oolong tea. The leaves are rolled so that they unfold their full flavor only when the tea is brewed. We are what we eat. This phrase became famous after the French gastronomer Anselme Brillant-Savarin first used a version of it in the 18th century. For us, seeing the journey of tea from the tea plant to the teacup inspires another version of it. We are what we drink. For thousands of years, tea drinking has been regarded in the Chinese culture not only as a way to quench your thirst, but also as a spiritual experience. So the final stop in the journey of tea is a journey to yourself.